This episode of FineScale Modeler's new product rundown features Tamiya's little Nashorn, Eduard's Spitfire Mk.V, ICM's G7107 truck, and Azur FrRom's Meteor.
New product rundown brought to you by Hobby Zone USA, your source for hobby storage solutions, hard to find hobby tools, and aftermarket modeling needs.
Welcome to the new product rundown, FineScale Modeler's monthly look at the latest kits. I'm Elizabeth Nash.
I'm Aaron Skinner. We start this pack show with Tamiya's 1/48 scale Nashorn.
Developed as a tank hunter, the 88mm gun-armed vehicle used elements of the Panzer III and IV in the chassis and running gear.
The springs and bogies are molded on the hull sides that attach to a belly plate with part of the bow, sandwiching the fighting compartment floor and rear plate. A pair of metal bars give the model heft.
Link and length tracks wrap the well-molded road wheels, return rollers, idlers, and drive sprockets.
The rest of the upper hull includes the glacis, top plate with gun mount, fenders, fighting compartment sides, and the front and rear.
Inside the circular gun shield sits the one-piece main gun. The muzzle brake is molded in halves. Other features of the weapon are a detailed breech, slide and cradle, recuperator, mount, sight and seat. Tools and the gun travel lock finish the vehicle.
A single standing commander clad in winter gear is provided. The small decal sheet supplies markings for two Nashorns on the eastern front, one in winter whitewash over Dunkelgelb, the other in three-color camo.
This looks like it'll build easily and is a nice addition to Tamiya's 1/48 scale armor range.
Next, we have the latest Spitfire from Eduard, and it's a dual combo of Mk.Vs flown by U.S. pilots either in the RAF or U.S. Army Air Forces.
The Mk.V started as a stopgap while the Mark III was being developed.
Essentially, the early Spitfire design was fitted with a more powerful Merlin 45 engine, and it was built in large numbers.
The kit allows you to build one Mk.V and one 5C, with the major differences being the wings.
There's the B-wing with a single 20mm cannon mounted outboard of each main gear bay and 303 machine guns further out. There are bulges top and bottom. The C-wing, sometimes referred to as the universal wing, was modified to reduce manufacturing time and allow for a mix of armament to be fitted, including 8 303 machine guns, the B-wing type, or a combination of 4 machine guns and 4 cannons. There are also changes in the angle of the landing gear legs and the shape of the doors. Also different between the wings are the ailerons and the underwing oil coolers and radiators.
Optional fuselages account for the differences in the shape of the windshield. As with Eduard's previous Spitfires, the surface detail is an amazing mix of fine recessed and raised rivets and panel lines. Horizontal stabilizers with separate elevator, rudder, and optional nose underside or tropical filter finish the airframe.
Cockpit detail comprises sides, frames, seat, controls, and instrument panel.
The clear parts include the optional windshields and different canopies for the variants. There are also lights and optional gun sights. Pre-cut masks are supplied. Photo-etched metal provides a pre-colored instrument panel, cockpit details, and seatbelt, as well as radiator mesh, various filters, and other details.
Typical of Eduard's special edition kits, this one comes with a large decal sheet that gives markings for 12 aircraft. They include RAF Eagle Squadron and Canadian Squadron fighters, American Mark planes in England, and a bunch in North Africa and the Mediterranean.
This is another outstanding Spitfire from Eduard. The plastic parts are superb, but the decals are worth the price alone. From ICM, we have a first in injection molded plastic, a Chevy C506, or as this version was known, a G7107 truck.
This 1.5-ton 4x4 cargo truck was built in large numbers during World War II and served the U.S. Army and Army Air Corps.
In addition, more than 47,000 G7 100 series trucks were sent to the Soviet Union.
ICM has done a nice job with soft-skinned military vehicles in the past, packing them full of detail. The G7107 is no exception, with chassis rails, separate cross members, leaf springs, axles with differentials, fuel tank, transfer case, drive shafts, and a multi-part engine with block, sump and transmission, radiator, and exhaust.
Up top, the cab comprises a floor, firewall and windshield frame, dash, bench seat, back wall, roof, and doors. It matches the engine cover sides and cover. Separate fenders attached to the sides.
The cargo bed floor mates with a front, sides, and tailgate. Extensions, canopy bows, and posable troop seats detail the upper side. Underneath are braces and mud flaps. The wheels and tires are molded together in plastic.
Clear parts provide cab windows, windshield, and headlight lenses. The small decal sheet supplies markings for 4 Lend-Lease trucks in late war Soviet service.
It's great to see a mainstream kit of this widely used military truck. It appears that ICM plans to release other versions. Our final kit for this episode is Azur FrRom's 1/72 scale Gloster Meteor T Mark 7.
This 2-seat trainer of the Meteor F4 fighter was built in large numbers for the Royal Air Force and Navy, as well as exported to several countries.
This kit originated as an MPM Meteor that has been offered in various versions since 2006.
Surface detail on the airframe parts is fine recessed panel lines. Both the upper and lower wings are full span, so the dihedral is built in. Horizontal stabilizers finish the basic airframe.
The two-place cockpit features a floor, rear bulkhead, sides, console, front and rear instrument panels, controls, and seats.
Other features include some front and rear engine details, with separate intake and exhaust rings, detailed gear legs, an optional wing, and slipper fuel tanks.
To help paint the multi-pane canopy, a set of pre-cut masks is provided.
Well-printed decals give markings for 3 Meteor trainers, 1 each in French, Belgian, and Israeli service.
Despite the molds being 15 years old, this looks like a good kit and has lots of interesting marking options.
Look for reviews of it, the Nashorn, and G7107 at FineScale.com in the next few months.
While you're there, check out all of the other exciting new features, including stories and videos.
And stop by KalmbachHobbyStore.com for tools and references, and these really great space and sci-fi related Haynes Owner's Workshop manuals.
Thanks for watching. I'm Aaron Skinner.
Now, I'm Elizabeth Nash. We'll see you next month. Welcome to the New Product Rundown, FineScale Modeler's monthly look at the latest kits. I'm Elizabeth Nash.
I'm Aaron Skinner. We start this packed show with Tamiya's 1/48 scale Nashorn. Dunkelgelb, dunkelgelb, dunkelgelb.